Scrappy kicks out Sierra from new baby shower party, Momma Dee going mad. It was a sunny Saturday afternoon in Atlanta, and the atmosphere was thick with excitement and anticipation. The venue was a beautifully decorated event hall, complete with pastel-colored balloons, a white satin backdrop, and a big sparkling banner that read, "Welcome Baby." The air smelled faintly of freshly baked pastries and a blend of floral-scented candles. A baby shower was underway, but not just any baby shower. This one was for the soon-to-be parents, Scrappy and Bambi, a well-known couple in the entertainment industry. But despite the seemingly joyous occasion, there was a storm brewing in the background, one that could threaten to derail the celebration. Scrappy, who had been eagerly anticipating the event, was about to find himself at the center of a heated drama. And when the storm hit, it wasn't just any kind of drama, it was a full-blown showdown that would shake the party to its very core. The calm before the storm. Bambi, who was glowing with pregnancy, was surrounded by friends, family, and well-wishers. She was enjoying the attention and soaking in the love, but there was one person who wasn't feeling too comfortable in the setting: Sierra. Sierra and Scrappy had a complicated history, filled with both friendship and conflict. The two had known each other for years, but there had been times when their relationship seemed more like a roller coaster ride than a steady friendship. However, at this baby shower, Sierra was determined to put the past behind her and make amends. The plan was simple: show up, support her friend Bambi, and be the bigger person. But Sierra didn't realize that the room was about to be filled with more than just celebratory vibes. It was about to erupt with emotional fireworks that no one saw coming. The unexpected arrival of Sierra. Sierra entered the baby shower venue with a confident smile, hoping to make a grand entrance. As she walked in, the chatter of the guests died down for a moment, as people recognized her and murmured among themselves. She waved and smiled, trying to shake off the tension she could already feel building in the room. It wasn't her first time dealing with awkward situations, but today, something felt different. Bambi, on the other hand, had mixed feelings about Sierra's presence. She was being cordial, but she couldn't ignore the unresolved issues that had been lurking beneath the surface for some time. The truth was, Sierra and Bambi hadn't always seen eye to eye, especially in recent months. Their complicated relationship had become a source of stress for both women, and Bambi wasn't sure whether she was ready to face Sierra head-on. Scrappy, who had been chatting with some of his friends near the entrance, turned around when he heard the door open. His face froze for a moment as he locked eyes with Sierra. A wave of tension immediately surged between them. Scrappy had never been the best at hiding his emotions, and his feelings toward Sierra were complicated at best. In his mind, Sierra had overstepped too many times, and the past was still very much a part of their present. As Sierra approached Bambi, she extended her hand for a hug, but Bambi hesitated for a brief moment before accepting. It was awkward, but they both knew this was an attempt to keep the peace. However, the atmosphere shifted, and it seemed that the peace was about to be short-lived. The explosion, Scrappy's outburst. Scrappy had been watching the exchange from a distance, but it wasn't until Sierra tried to join the group that he couldn't take it any longer. His patience was wearing thin, and he felt the need to take control of the situation before it spiraled out of hand. Hold up, Scrappy's voice boomed, interrupting the conversation. The room fell silent. What's really going on here? Sierra froze mid-step, looking at Scrappy with a confused expression. What do you mean, Scrappy? She asked, trying to sound calm but already sensing the tension in the air. No, I'm asking what's going on here, Scrappy repeated, his tone growing more intense. You're not welcome here, not today, not at my baby shower. We've been through too much, and I'm not about to let you come in here and mess up my vibe. Sierra's face turned pale, but she quickly regained her composure. Wait a minute, what are you talking about? She shot back, her voice rising in frustration. I'm here for Bambi, I'm here to celebrate the baby, don't try to twist things. I don't care about your excuses, Scrappy snapped. This isn't about you, you've crossed the line too many times, and now you're trying to make it all about you. Nah, that's not gonna fly. At that moment, all eyes were on Scrappy and Sierra, as the tension in the room reached a boiling point. Bambi, who had been trying to keep the peace, was now stuck in the middle of this escalating argument. She wasn't sure whether to defend her friend or stand by her husband, who clearly felt betrayed by Sierra's presence. The conflict escalates. Sierra wasn't one to back down easily, especially when she felt she was being unfairly treated. You know what, Scrappy, you're acting like a child, she said, her voice shaking with anger. I came here to support you, to support your family, and this is how you treat me. You really think I care about your feelings right now?" Scrappy took a deep breath, trying to control his temper. "It's not about feelings, Sierra, it's about respect. You don't know how to respect boundaries, and you think you can just waltz in here like nothing happened. I've had enough of that." Sierra's eyes widened, and she stepped forward, pointing a finger at Scrappy. "I've done nothing but try to be there for you and your family, but you clearly don't appreciate it. You and your little crew want to act like I'm the problem, but I'm not the one causing drama. You've got a whole lot of nerve, Scrappy." The room was thick with tension, and guests exchanged uneasy glances. No one knew how the situation was going to end, but it was clear that it was spiraling out of control. Bambi, who had been standing quietly, finally spoke up, her voice steady but firm. "Both of you need to calm down," she said, her eyes darting between Scrappy and Sierra. "This is supposed to be a celebration, not a war zone. We're here for the baby, not to fight." But it seemed too late to salvage the peace. Scrappy wasn't having it. "No, I'm done," he said, his voice cutting through the air. "Sarah, you need to leave now." Momma Dee's intervention. As the argument escalated further, the door to the event hall suddenly swung open. Enter Momma Dee, Scrappy's fiercely protective mother, who had heard the commotion from outside. She wasted no time in walking toward the center of the drama, eyes blazing with anger. "What in the world is going on in here?" Momma Dee shouted, her voice full of authority. "Scrappy, you need to get control of your party, and Sierra, you need to get out." Sierra turned to face Momma Dee, a look of shock on her face. "What? Are you serious? What is this, a family feud?" Momma Dee's eyes narrowed as she squared off with Sierra. "This ain't about no feud, girl. This is about respect, and you ain't got none for my son or his family. You're not gonna come in here and disrupt things like you always do, so you need to go." Sierra opened her mouth to argue, but Momma Dee wasn't having it. "No more talking. It's time for you to leave," she said, her voice unwavering. With no room for negotiation, Sierra reluctantly grabbed her things and walked toward the door, her pride bruised but her head held high. As she exited the party, Scrappy and Bambi exchanged a look. The tension was still thick, but at least the drama had been put to rest, for now. Aftermath and reflection. As the door closed behind Sierra, the room let out a collective sigh of relief. But while the immediate threat was gone, the aftermath of the confrontation lingered. Scrappy and Bambi stood together, unsure of how to proceed. "I didn't want it to go down like that," Scrappy said quietly, his anger now replaced by a sense of exhaustion. "I just don't want her messing up this special day." Bambi nodded, still processing the whirlwind of emotions. "I know, but maybe we need to have a bigger conversation about boundaries and forgiveness. This can't be the way we keep dealing with things." Momma Dee, who had been watching quietly, finally spoke up. "Sometimes you gotta take control, baby, and don't let nobody mess with your peace. You did what you had to do." The baby shower went on, but the echoes of the drama were felt long after. Scrappy, Bambi, and even Momma Dee knew that the tension with Sierra was far from over. But for today, they had taken a stand. And while the party continued, one thing was certain: things would never be the same.